G'day and welcome back to the channel. Today, sand and bog, and hopefully this week we'll be able to get some paint on this thing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Old school only is go. So, little update. I got my paint all matched up. Looking forward to putting that on. And I've got my nephew here today wiring up my shed, which is about nearly 10 years overdue. So if you hear a bit of clutter in the background, that's him. Yeah, so for the last 7 or 8 years that I've had the shed, I've been running a power lead to run everything, and then power leads to run the lights and all that kind of stuff. So finally, we're getting power to everything. But I've got a sand bog, and I hate sanding bog. Hate it, but got to be done. So first layer has been removed. There's a couple of low spots, but it's come up pretty good. So I'll hit that again. And I've done this, needs a little bit more in there as well, but it's looking pretty good. I'm gonna lay that down now, and then I'll start sanding the other side and let this dry. Righto, reapplication on there and on the front. Started on this side now, and yeah, get sanding again. I love it so much. Righto, all that's been done. Just a bit of spot putty on the pinholes and a couple of tiny little low spots. Done that all the way around. So we'll let that dry. And that's the majority of the bodywork sorted out. I just got a bit to do on the guards. I've done the top of this one already and put some spray putty on that. But I've still got to repair the bottoms. And they're welded on that side, so I might start doing that now. Well, there you go. All high filled, bit of a shadow over it so I can rub it back. I keep forgetting I've got to do these badges on the boot and on the bonnet, so I'll get that sorted out. Monumentous job, huge job, but it's done. I'm really happy how it turned out. It's come up unreal. Very happy. And then the roof, it'll do it. Better than it was. And over here, where I welded in the holes and had to grind them back and stuff, because the paint's so thick, I didn't want to wreck all that. So what I've just done, spot putty, sanded it to the level of the paint, and then I'll just use my blue paint and we'll just make it look old over the top of that, and it won't look any different. So it should be good, if you know what I mean. Huge day, the sun's gone down, big storm coming. So I'm packing up and give my back a rest because it's quite sore. And I'll come back tomorrow. My nephew will be here after lunch to finish off. So I'll do all the welding I need to do in the morning. And then, yeah, we'll repair all those welds and we'll start sanding the car down. Anyhow, catch us tomorrow. Righto, It's the next day and it's raining. It rained all night. It's been raining all day, all morning. So I don't want to push this thing out. So I'm going to try and do as much as I can in here. When my nephew gets here, we might just push the front out because the back's still all in bare metal. First job I want to do today. Last night I went ahead and got the whizzer out and sorry buddy, whiz these. So I'm going to weld these up. Put one in the top because on a pacer, it's a different Valiant badge that goes about there. So we'll sort that out as well. And then we'll get the boot off and we'll do the same to the boot. We've got to do the sides, the regal holes in the sides, we've got to do them as well. So let's get it done. So my little blower went flat there, so I've just had it on charge, so I thought I'd start attacking this again. It's coming up all right. I might give it one more spray, just a light one. But yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with how that's turned out. It's going to be good. Righto, so my nephew's down there doing some wiring, so I can't really work in there at the moment, and I'm waiting for my little blower to recharge again. So what I thought I'd do for the people that are new to the channel, introduce a couple of cars here and there. So maybe this video will introduce this. This is my 1930 Model A Ford pickup. It's got a commercial 32 chassis with a 239 side valve V8, 3-speed manual. It's all fairly standard-ish for a 32 chassis. We've got 32 firewall and your standard style Model A dash. 16-inch steelies with caps, and yeah, it's my beast. I love driving this thing. The biggest problem I have with it at the moment is that I think I've done a piston skirt. So I've got, call it plan B, because if you go back to my old videos, a full build series on this, the initial motor I put in it had a broken main cap, and I had to go to a show with this thing. I built it for a show called the Test Run, and I had no other options but drag this out from under the bench. I didn't even know if it was any good, and it's been great for the last couple of years, 2 or 3 years. But coming home on the freeway a couple of months ago, she started to rattle, and it sounds to me like it's a piston skirt. So I've got all the bits to fix the other motor, and I've always intended to put that other motor back in here, so that's something that we'll do soon. But anyway, it's been raining, it's sitting out here, but we'll see if we can get it to start. They're nice and basic on the inside. It's a 46 Ford steering wheel. Speedos aren't always accurate. fuel gauge is mechanical. It's got a little float. The fuel tank's in behind there. There's a filler cap. And then so I just run a little GPS speedo to make sure that I'm not getting any tickets. But let's find the key and see. Electric fuel pump. Started it for a while. It's got coolest exhaust system. Dumps down. Front of the diff. But yeah, I love this thing. Absolutely love it. New South Wales, we've got to run fenders, and I hate fenders, so I said to myself, I'm not putting fancy fenders on it, and that's my little, you know what that means. And yeah, disrespected, got no respect, but they're on. Door trims are just stickers, door handles are spanners. Purrs like a kitten. You would never know that we got an issue. Just when it gets hot, she rattles. There's the other door trim. I've got a few more I need to add. But anyhow, that is my Model A Ford. It's registered as a 32 because it's 32 rails, 32 firewall. And that's how I can get away with a V8 in it. There's a big story about this rear panel, and you have to watch it. You haven't seen the video, the build series? Yeah, that panel was a nightmare. Beautiful. Keep the rain out. Shush. And next week we'll go over something else. Well, it's late. I have power to my shed. I have power points everywhere, and I'm pretty stoked. So anyhow, I'm going to hit it, and we'll be back here tomorrow. Getting closer and closer to paint. We're back into it. Hey, have you got your hoodies yet? There's a few more left. Popular sizes. So I've got my little fan going down here, going up through the boot. Hopefully warm up these panels a bit so I can keep plodding along here. It's just a bit cold yesterday, so try and get a bit of warmth in there. That way I can continue doing what I'm doing. Right now, I'm going to get this bonnet sorted out. We'll fix up all this stuff here, make it look brand new. And yeah, that bonnet is almost ready to paint, believe it or not. Front guards are done and just in time. It's just started to sprinkle. Quickly pushed her inside. So yeah, all I've got to do is a little bit of prep on the doors just to make the paint stick. I've got to do my magic up along here, which you'll see. Prep. I've got to fix the back up, but it's just too cold at the moment, and it's raining, so I won't be pushing it back out and putting the heater back on. I'll start giving this bonnet a whiz, and that'll be ready for paint, apart from this front bit, which I'm still waiting to dry. So, I've been mucking around with that. Oh, look at the shadow, how cool. That bit there. And I've got my decal back out and just working out where it's going to sit exactly. So I've marked it out. So the stripe that comes along hits these two chunks of yuck as well. So what I've done, I have put some of my kill rust stuff that I was using the other day on those areas to see if I can nullify it a little bit. If I go sanding too much in there, it's just going to make it very difficult to make flat, and I think I want to try and make it flat. So I'm thinking out loud at the moment, but I'm just experimenting to see if I can, you know, tone that rust down so I can put something over the top of it. Not ideal practice, but hey, none of this is ideal. So the other bit I've found out is the roof has been painted a lighter blue. It's like a muddy lighter blue, and then underneath is the original blue. That's where the badge was, and I've repaired that and patinaed it and made it look rinky-dink. Looks good, but yeah, it's a different colour to the roof. So I got my sander out and I took a little bit of it off, but it's pretty thin, so I'll sand it through a bit. But I guess the blotchiness works, so I'm going to go over the whole roof with the sander, which I started doing here. You can see the different colours here. So I'm going to do the whole roof, smooth it out with the sander, and then I'm going to penetrol the whole car pretty much. But yeah, it darkens up a little bit. Let me get my wax and grease remover and I'll show you what it looks like when it's wet. So kind of what penetrol will make it look like. It's probably closer to the original Pacer blue. My blue's a little bit dark, but yeah, it doesn't look too bad. So I might, with my spray gun in this area, just blow it up a little bit. So they've come down to there for some reason. When I paint, I'll blow it up and blend it to that line. And then from that line, it's going to be a change of angle, change of light. It shouldn't stand out too much. We'll see how we go. But yeah, I don't know. We'll make it work. So it's dark outside. How good's the light in here now? So what I did, I went and bought myself a floodlight, and the thing works amazingly. LED. Yeah, it's nice white light, and that's going to be cheap to run to, that thing. So yeah, I got some good light in here. I've got my other lights obviously, but yeah, that's unreal. It's got a good spread on it as well. Happy days. Do more work at night in here. So I'm going to do this bit with a brush because I want it to look old. I'll show you the process, but I'm also going to chuck a little bit of white in my blue just to lighten it up a little bit to try and get somewhat of a match, and then blend it down to the darker colour here. Let's play. This is the stuff I like doing. So first of all, I'm going to chuck a little bit of gloss white acrylic in the lid, and hopefully my 2-pack base coat will mix. We'll see. That's probably enough. That heaps lighter. Is it the right colour? Doesn't matter too much at the moment. nicely aged. And when I put that penetrol on the rest of that blue, it'll darken that up and it should not stand out to the eye too much. Very cool. Beanies. So when I cleared this, it went really bright. So I just added a bit of grey, and it's pretty close now. Yeah, it's good. I've also decided I'm going to have a crack at hiding that. I did the rust converter on it. Now I've just penetroled it there and there also. And you know what? If it peels off, big deal. We'll do it again.
Super dodgy.
So I've just chucked some clear on that. What do you reckon? I reckon that's come up pretty good, considering. So yeah, the roof's done. We have a finished roof. First section of the car painted. And I've got the little heater going inside just to keep the roof a little bit warm. We'll leave it on for a little bit longer, just so this stuff has a chance to dry overnight. And we'll get some more done tomorrow. So I've sanded and high filled the bonnet. Tomorrow we will give that a rub down, primer it, and then the bonnet will be ready for paint. I've also done this side. I've pushed the car in because it's cold outside and I've had this heater going and the heat gun going and stuff like that. But yeah, so this side's prime it up and we'll hit it with some more primer tomorrow. But yeah, we've got a bit done today. Roof's looking good. Big day. So anyway, I'm going to call it quits and I'll see you tomorrow. It's another day. I've spent the morning doing some rubbish removal. We've got a council pickup coming tomorrow, so just been dragging stuff and cutting stuff up and whatever else. Kind of over that now. So first of all, I'm going to get stuck into that bonnet, finish doing the nose, and then I'm going to show you some little tricks I'm going to do the paint work to make it look like it's old. Righto, so white paint. Why have I got white paint, you might ask? Well, after this car was, well, it was originally that mustard colour, and then someone painted it white, and then after that someone painted it blue. So the colour we need underneath the blue is white, and I'll show you why as we go. Right, just turn that fan off for a second. So I'm just going to do it on the tops. The guards, these side, the doors and whatever else that I'm painting, just the tops at the moment. Now if you look here, see it's white. There's little pieces of mustard coming through, but it's mainly white. So all of that's white. So I want to try and replicate that. I might just go down that edge a bit actually, because that goes along the edge. So how am I going to get that effect, you may ask? I'm not going to tell you straight away, see if you can work it out. It's quite simple. Forecast is for lots of rain and thunderstorms. Looks like it's on its way, so I need to get this white stuff sorted out ASAP. So I'm going to do both sections of the rear quarters on the top, and then attack the boot as well, because they're areas that are going to need the white underneath thing happening. So you might look at some of the stuff I do and go, but I need you to remember there's a disclaimer at the start of every video. Apart from the Barra Turbo, the NA Barra Turbo build that I did, nothing I'd really do is a tutorial on how to do things. I think I did a lifter one once. No, it was valve stem seal. But everything else, I don't know. Anyhow, there's a method to my madness, and you'll see that on the next video. So that's it from me on this one. We've got colour on, although it's not the right colour yet, but we have colour on, and we're this close to getting some blue on here. I just got a couple of little repairs to do on those back quarters as we've talked about. So yeah, next video there'll be some blue on this one, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what it looks like. Anyway, that's it from me. Stay tuned, be good to your mates, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Awesome. Thank you for being here to the end. Have a good one. Take it easy. Cheers, and I'll see you later.